Alright, let's do this. It is only 30 degrees right now. It is freezing cold as usual. Sure, we got the heat on and we're ready to roll. Alright. So yesterday I went on a tear about freedom and responsibility and all the other fun stuff that I believe, and that, talking about some of my core beliefs here. So it's very difficult to get me to bend on those things. They permeate into a lot of different ways of my thinking. So do a quick what's been happening. Sun in my eyes, I can't see a thing even with sunglasses on. Okay. Yeah, so we're talking about core beliefs and things like that, and I stretch it into everything. It's really, I think I do that on purpose. I think it keeps me closed, and yet I seem open-minded. Has that foundation been rocked? Of course. It definitely, I will definitely change it. It's not an easy change. It's not and it's usually not major changes. There have been several major changes in my thinking. Several major changes in my thinking, and just cold, sorry. Over the years, since I was little, but it's very rare. I don't expect. I've had people challenge it, and I actually welcome. It's kind of weird because you'd think that the way how aggressive I am, in my debate, and because it is a founding, and I'll even use it. This is where I get kind of evil in my arguments. I will kind of use this. Because it's how I came up with the idea in the first place. I will use one of my founding things and I will put it up because I know that somebody will attack it. And by attacking it means I gotta defend it. And I can become very vicious, and it's almost like I'm baiting people, tempting them. I kind of went into this a lot a couple days ago, so I don't really need to talk about how horrible a person I can be. But it's there, and the reason I bring this all up is because somebody who wants the pronouns they them. Actually tends towards the feminine side of the spectrum. Probably wouldn't mind a she. I said he, like a freaking moron, like a stupid fucking idiot. Like it was my first time, dealing with somebody in the community. definitely know better, and I don't. And I think people who deal with me know that about me. But I definitely, my heart's in the right place. Does that count? Do I get kudos for counting? And not that this is a justification, but my one and only boyfriend. I had oh, surprise, surprise! I had a gay relationship, but my one and only boyfriend was a trans male. So, yay! And I was just as stupid back then, when I had my boyfriend, as I am now. So, I think I'm a little more learned now. I probably say that I'm a little more sensitive, but I was definitely trying back then, to really make it work. And I actually enjoyed it. Of all my relationships, that one was probably started out as the most fun. Became very challenging. I like to be challenged, so it was very challenging, and I definitely had a hard time with it. As we kind of went through the motions, and I was sad when it ended. I did not break up with him. He broke up with me. Deciding that or coming to the realization. See, here I am deciding. People don't decide who they are. You are who you are. You discover. But that relationship, kind of the reason I bring it up is kind of it's part of why I think the way I think. Because when my relationship, before I was even dating this person, before he was even part of my, plethora of failed relationships, before any of that stuff, I knew him as a woman. And this gets into my own personal bias and own personal things, because I have never dated a biological male, and I still to this day don't consider myself gay. I don't consider myself straight. I don't really consider myself bi either. I'm just me. But that's what people will think whatever they want, and I don't care. And that was one of the things that came up in my relationship with them. With him. I can use the right pronoun. I don't know what his name is, after the surgery. It was all pre-surgery. Before I started dating him, I thought that all drag queens were transvestites. I didn't even realize that women, that's how small-brained I was, or smooth-brained, depending on how you want to look at it. I was when dealing with, I didn't even realize that biological women would want to be, are innately, male underneath. Who they are is innately male. I would never even realize that when I was before. My friendship, my pre-dating time, I like to say that she, I called her a she. Said it again. Called him a her. He is a he. He will always be a he, but he was a she when I'm talking about it. That's probably why I say that. But he was was part of it's actually kind of derogatory, and it's kind of actually mean to say it, but I called this group my fan club, and they were made up of people that I did date, and people that were just part of the, kind of the gang. And if I had a tribe, I would have made that my tribe. Like, I had it. It was in my hand. It was so close. A group of people, and they weren't just about me. They were about each other. There was a working bond between every one of them, and they kind of did take care of me like I was a baby. So, fan club probably doesn't. Fan club probably doesn't, talk about them in a group as. In fact, when I was thinking of the community, I was thinking of calling my community the fan club, and I was like going, no, it was wrong of me to do it back then. It is wrong of me to do it now, and that's the reason why my community is called Sparks. No, not the only reason my community is called Sparks, but it's the reason my community is not called fan club. But yeah, so he was part of that. I'm trying to think if we did something together or something like that. I think I read his tarot cards, and that's how he got knowledge of the group and became part of it. I think that's what it is. I think I read them their cards. I read him his cards and his future, and decided to lock on his actual future with me. I think I went bowling. Yeah, it might have been bowling. Something. I was doing something. I was in paintball and bowling and playing D&D and stuff like that. So it was like a lot of different activities that I was doing. Cosplay, I was doing cosplay. I was making costumes. I was, mostly making my own costumes. But yeah, so I think it was bowling. I don't remember. What it was, but I was doing something, and he tagged along, kind of like this. So it was kind of like our first date. He was telling me how nobody would love him, and how he would never find a partner, and of course I, being the Prince Charming, white and shining armor bullshit thing that I used to think of myself, I said, of course I would love him, and of course I would be there for him, and do all this other stuff. And that's when we started dating. We didn't start dating immediately, but we started dating because of that. He was became more in my life, and was actually inviting me out on things, because that was one of my rules for dating, was that if you invited me out on a date, I would say yes, and it didn't even matter what the gender was. We went on our date, and he decided to be as manly man as he could, and not really comfortable yet in being a man. Mimicked me a lot. There was a lot of that going on, which I kind of was very flattered by it. I took it as we kissed, and it was wonderful. It was a wonderful start of our relationship, and I had a great time. Lots of things happened. the time we were dating, we came to the conclusion that we were going to be gay. I obviously at the time, like, I didn't care, so, like, you know, if it was something that people were going to say about me, then let them say it. I didn't care. I didn't see myself as gay, which is kind of really a weird thing, because it was, you know, we did things like a gay couple. So I'm weird. Like I said, this is one of those weird things that, you know, I don't have much. You know, I wasn't knowledgeable, and I'm still not knowledgeable. I don't know shit. Let's be honest. You know, I don't know anything. But I was part of it, and that's what mattered. I was part of. I watched this, like, you know, person actually become. It's one of the, you know, like I said, you know, how this, like, changes my thinking. Seeing a person become who they are is, like, it is absolutely beautiful. It's gorgeous, and being a part of that, to me, is like, you know, it's like a high honor. And I think most people don't even see it. You know, it's kind of like, that's nice type of thing, because they're too into themselves and they don't see what's going on with the other person around them, and how, you know, this and the struggle that people go through to get there and everything like that. You know, really, I got to really see, like, who he was, and, you know, how our relationship was, and where our relationship was, and we basically hit the limit, and he broke up with me. He broke up with me because he decided he wasn't gay and would rather be with women, which I didn't understand. Like, I still to this day, like, you know, I had trouble comprehending. You know, you love, you know, like that. But, you know, the more masculine or male she became, I did it again. Frick. The more masculine he became, you know, the less that the woman that he was, you know, was there, and, you know, the man that he is, you know, started to come through, and that's what I like. That was what was so amazing to me, like, the relief, the comfort, the absolute joy, you know, the happiness that he had when actually being comfortable in his own skin and who he was. And this is still all pre-op, and, you know, there's no you know, all that stuff, and but just happy to be, you know, and I'd like to think that, you know, my acceptance of him is one of the things that, like, helped that happen. So you know, there's a part of me, like, you know, it's kind of like, you know, proud papa type of deal. You know, I'm so happy. You know, I mean, I'm kind of, like, misty-eyed right now because of it, because it is absolutely beautiful, and I wish everybody could experience it. Experience what I experienced, not necessarily experiencing, you know, the recognizing who you are. I think everybody should strive to be the best them that they can be, and discover who they are, and, you know, be happy with that person, because you only have that. That's it. And to share that with the world is just an amazing thing. And yes, there's a lot of evil in this world. There's a lot of hurt in this world, and you know, that sort of thing needs to be protected. And there's no easy answer or solution. I don't have anything for that. But I like people being who they are. I am a callous, cold, you know, ruthless type person, and that's one of the reasons why I keep saying that over and over again, because when I'm able to get past that with people, when I can just speak my mind and whatever it is, I'm accepted for that, it breaks through another layer. And then there's very few people in my life, very few, especially alive, that actually have seen me past that callousness and into the who I am, that vulnerable, that squishy, the soft squishy center that is me. And there's very few people that have seen that, and know how wonderful that is, because I'm amazed by it myself. My boyfriend has a special place in my heart, always, always, always. I think he's married, and I think he has kids. I think it's one of my one of the reasons why I'm kind of like I gravitate towards people in the community who are trans. Not because they get a bad rap or anything like that, because they are working towards discovering that who they are. And to me, that's like, it's just a wonderful, and I just want to be a part of it. It's so wonderful. It's like I literally gravitate right towards it. And even if they've discovered who they are, they're still discovering who they are. Like, it still kind of amazes me. And it makes me want to, do more. And, it's why, the community didn't turn on me. One person basically turned on me. And like I said, I don't think they did it to be malicious. And if they did, I don't understand why they would want to even be friends with me if they did it to be malicious. But because I gravitate to trans VTubers a lot, they are individuals. So it's not the community that turned on me. It's just one person. Like I said, I don't think they meant it to be. I don't think they knew the damage that they did, and I think that they're so used to people hurting them that this is their defense, and it hurt. I will never deny that it didn't hurt. It hurt. It hurt a lot. It pissed me off. I'm still very angry about it. I don't think that my relationship with this person could ever be repaired, even with an apology. I don't think that it could be fixed. Because I don't think that I still to this day, and I don't have much contact with them now, but still to this day, I don't think that they realize how much hurt they gave. But that's one of the reasons why it hurts so much, because I think that I'm open enough that I think I'm open enough that I shouldn't be immune to this stuff, but it feels like it goes against everything that I've worked towards in my life. That's what it felt like. somebody's putting me in a box, which I fucking hate. Somebody's putting a label on me, which I hate even more. And not only that, they're saying I don't belong. And like I said, that's what hurts the most about it. And I lashed out, and I like I said, I did not handle this with grace and poise like I should have. Oh my God, how evil would that have been if I could have done that? This didn't even affect me. You're nothing. You mean nothing. Because I mean, what was it gonna make my relationship with them better than it is right now? Me throwing a temper tantrum after freaking, losing this, deleting my Twitch account and doing all this freaking, crazy stuff, and, cutting myself off from the community that actually cared about me, but didn't know how to express it because I was feeling alone. Like I say, I don't think I handled this, well at all. The person that I present to everybody, that person that you see, I did not. Oh my God, I did not, show that person when this happened. I could have done this so much better. Kissing the Blarney Stone in Ireland did not help my etiquette at all. I screwed it all. And I think it's because it was December and the end of January, beginning of February, I was already out. And I thought, it's not worth it. So I've done this for 11 months and this happened, and it's just not fucking worth it anymore. I can't do it. I can't do one more month of this shit. Seriously, that's exactly how I felt. Because I was planning on leaving. I did not reach any goals that I was planning on reaching. The Twitch, my Twitch account was the last ditch effort, and I had 20 freaking followers. Yes, I know people have made it in 3 weeks and made affiliate in 3 weeks, but the direction that I was going in and how I was doing it and what I was going to debut and when I was going to debut it, I was literally setting myself up for failure. And I was going to go out with a bang. You should have seen the Halloween freaking picture I was drawing. People giving me empty chocolate boxes. That's what it was. So that's how I was feeling. That's how I was feeling before the suspension. I don't think people realize that. The fact that I got talked into doing a second year because I messed up my YouTube account in favor of Twitch, and when I started this whole thing, I actually looked at Twitch and I said, "Hell's to the no, I'm going to do Twitch. No, I'm not going to do Twitch. Hell no. Amazon? No fucking way." difficult. It's a difficult way to do things, and here I am. I'm putting the same freaking ultimatum that I had last year because I don't know any better. But I'm doing things differently. I'm actually actively trying to get people to subscribe. It's working out somewhat. It's working out somewhat, and I'm now digging out the things that didn't work out on Twitter. But I got a few people. I'm back up to 51 subscribers, which I'm very happy about. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching this. Thank you for doing this. You guys get the brunt of like all my freaking ire and everything like that. The people that actually I need to be talking to and doing this with, are nowhere to be found. They're not watching me. They're not a part of any of this. Oh, I'm here a half hour early, which is kind of weird when I leave normally. I'm getting here like 10 minutes before, but I think I did leave a little bit early today. So I could talk for a little bit longer. Yeah, so I'm in a really weird spot, I don't have any plans for what to do when January 31st, or because I started this in March, the middle of March, the redo, and I don't have any plans on what I'm going to do when these dates roll around for next year, and I see where I'm at. But I'm going to definitely take an assessment. I'm definitely going to figure out where I'm at. Definitely going to, like with me with, following 700 people. And 500 of them, not even a blip. And I basically was like going, this is how you follow the rules. And I laughed because somebody was like going, how do I get people to follow me back? And they, I was following them and they didn't follow me back. So I basically told them. And then I unfollowed them. Had another person saying, why am I losing followers like at an alarming rate? And it's because you didn't follow back. And they didn't even respond to that. And that person I didn't just unfollow. That person I basically went through the motions, and when I got to them on the list, then I unfollowed them. I had somebody draw me fan art. It's like you draw me fan art, and I think it's great and it's wonderful, but you still didn't follow me back. Like the basic the most simple, basic part of the request is to follow back. Have I lost my mind on that? Is there something else that I'm not doing that or something that I am doing that just doesn't fit in with the reason why people aren't following me back? I mean, it's the freaking most basic thing. And as, going with that, so I had 200 people, well, not really 200 people, a little over 100 people give me the follow back on Twitter. Now, I also followed them on whatever platform they are on, so on Twitch and YouTube. So I followed them there as well. And some people I follow both their Twitch and their YouTube. And as you can see, where I went from 49 to 51, back down to 49, and now finally back up to 51, and I know the two people that followed me on YouTube. And thank you. I appreciate it. I really do. But you're not any of the people, you're not any, like, I could unfollow everybody on YouTube that I'm following right now, and it wouldn't even make a difference. And Twitch, I'm just going to basically look at my the 14. I have 14 followers on Twitch. The 14 followers I have on Twitch, I'm literally going to just basically look at them, and that's it. That's all I'm going to have. I'm going to get rid of everybody. Because I have close to 1,000 people that I'm following on Twitch. And that accounts just for me to literally watch like Ham and Pocky and Escobar. That's it. And Henny. People I think people in my community. And most of them don't follow me. I don't understand it. I don't understand why they can't see that it takes a follow. And I think it's even funnier because when I had my original account, Ham didn't follow on my original account, but he's now following me on my new account, which I don't know how that all works out. I don't know. But he's also following me on YouTube too, so he's here. He's my Ham span. But yeah, so but I think that for where Twitch is concerned, I think that the 14 people that follow me are more than able to follow them and be a part of their communities and what they're doing. I'm more than happy to do that. The rest of everybody else, I don't care. And if somebody follows me on Twitch, then I will follow them, back. But I'll give it a little bit of time. But it's still it's kind of raw if you really want to know the truth. There's just so many freaking people, and it's like they're acting like, oh, this, and it's like going, listen, you making affiliate means nothing to me. What's going on in your life means nothing to me. Means nothing. If you follow me back, I will then care. But I don't care. I don't care. I can't invest my time in somebody who doesn't see me as a mutual. I'll put myself out there. I gave it a chance. Gave it a shot. But it's not worth it. And when we do it again, I did four of those follow backs that people set up, and 3 of the people in the follow backs didn't follow me back. The ones who set it up didn't follow me back. And two of them, one of them I was following beforehand, and two of them, two of the four, and one was following me back well before any of it. But one I was following, who basically started the whole thing, didn't follow me back. I followed everybody on their list. And then the person that was already following me back started the same thing. So I did the same thing, followed everybody on their list, everybody who came in to get a follow back. And a third maybe? Third of the people? I don't know. It's just kind of crazy to me how it all works out. I'm gonna go in. like I said, it doesn't make sense, but I'm in the middle of like cleaning up Twitter, and I have still have 400 people to remove, and I'm not doing it. I'm not just doing it simply as just unfollowing them. I'm unfollowing them on Twitch, unsubscribing from YouTube. They can't follow me back on Twitter. They're not even following me on any other platform. Why would they? They didn't even look at my account. I think that's what hurts the most. That I'm just a number to them, and they didn't even look at my account. So when people freaking cry, why are people unfollowing me? That's the reason why. That's the reason why people are unfollowing you. It's the reason why I unfollowed you. How's that? That's the one I know. But again, this doesn't affect any of you. Anybody who's watching this right now, anybody who even knows I freaking exist. Especially now at the end of, unless somebody skips to the end, which I don't think people do. But unless somebody knows who I am and skips to the end, because nobody watches these videos all the way through except me, would know, what I'm talking about. It's not, I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about anybody who would watch this, anybody who'd watch my videos at all. I'm not talking about you. I'm just talking about people who will have no influence, will never see these videos. I can say whatever, I can talk nasty about them because they will never watch this, ever. And I know we never say never, but they won't, because as soon as they watch this, it's no longer pertaining to them. As soon as somebody goes, oh, I should have followed him, and they follow me, everything that I just said doesn't pertain to them. It's like, that's how it works. And if somebody says, oh, I didn't have time, they dropped their profile in and they didn't have time. You had time to drop your profile in, so you should have had time to check it. It's not like it sat there for days. Yeah, and then two others. Same thing. People that I was following from the previous list, I followed them. I started doing their follow list, their follow back list, and did the whole shenanigans with them. So I ended up with doing all four of them. And the only good news about the last two is a lot of the people that weren't following me back from the list, I was already following. So it wasn't like, oh, here I am picking up more and more people, because those lists were long. Most of them had 200 plus people on them each. All right, I should get going. I hope wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you're having a wonderful day and you're having a wonderful time doing it. And as always, cool beans. All right, take care. Tiny Deadpool cares. No, he doesn't. He doesn't really care.